So hi, welcome to the Disco Elysium stream. Not the guitar, but rockathon. I think I showed up to the wrong gig. Yeah, it's been a minute. I think the last... Well, I had like one or two random little streams I did, but I'm not going to upload those. This one I plan to upload, but yeah. So, let me see how the levels are. I'm going to go ahead and put on hardcore. Let's rock. Let's just go ahead. What are we going to play? Turn everything down to 2 or 1. And let's make decisions there. What do we got? 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 8 points. We got 8 points to... So, the playthrough I've done is a heavy psyche playthrough. Honestly, my gut instinct is to just play the game the same way again. Physique, though, it would be fun to play like a dumb guy. It's just super... There we go. I've got a genius physique. And, let's say great physique. And, average... I know, I feel like we need to give this point. We can't be that dumb. We need to be able to pick up some lore. Just a little bit. A 2-3-4-3 run. Oh, God. Here we go. Let's see. All right. 1-3-5-3. So we just, yeah, we're not very smart. All right. Let's rock it. Okay, and I'm checking. Let me see. Okay, my camera's in the right place, I think. All right, so we're gonna set our signature skill. So it should be something physique. Shivers has the best lore. I think we should just go with it. But it would also be funny, like Half-Light is your fight or flight. All right, so I'm not gonna go through all of this because that's kind of, there's just a lot. There's a lot. But let's take a look at, for an example, Half-Light. Let the body take control, threaten people. Cool for high-strung investigators, shoot now, ask questions later cops, and surprise haters. Half-Light is your fight-or-flight response. It enables you to sense the way situations are about to turn. It injects palpable fear into your heart, fear that urges you to act before it's too late to act ever again, fear that makes you frighten others. It is the aggression that lets you squeeze every last drop of information out of a witness. At high levels, Half-Light makes you ultra-attuned to the world. It is perpetual fear of your own shadow, of someone else's name or scent. You'll be ready always to pounce and physically interrogate passersby. At low levels, however, you'll find your survival instinct is lacking, and your methods limp-wristed. Those who respect violence will not respect you. So basically, the thing that's cool about all of these skills is in their concept, all of them are like, if you max it out, it's going to actually start to become a detriment because you're too into that. Whereas otherwise, like, yeah, you're useless if you don't have any points in it. So let's look at Shivers really quick too, because this is lots of wonderful stuff under Shivers. So I've heard. I remember a couple of them. I got a couple of them, and they were pretty good, the skill checks. Cool for city lovers, the wisest of the streetwise, the genuinely supernatural. Shivers come when the temperature drops and you become more keenly aware of your surroundings. It enables you to hear the city itself, to truly belong to the streets. It is a supernatural ability. Old wrongs play out in present time. Scenes across the city happen in front of you, but who is speaking to you? At high levels, Shivers may make you seem mad to the outside world. As you listen to the city, you don't listen to others. Your superiors may begin to worry. with a low shivers, though you will seldom hear the city speaking to you, and if you cannot hear it, how can you ever save it? We could also just put it into electrochemistry. We could just be a drug guy. Yeah, though there's a lot of pretty great skills all over the place. Inland Empire is what I based my last run around, and that was pretty good. So I'm gonna go with shivers this time. We're gonna raise the hair on our neck to tune into the city. Hell yes, I'm proud to be on the TV. And to all viewers out there, hello. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Well then, I guess let's simply keep on non-existing. Can I use the controller yet? Yes.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I wanted to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Alonzi, never let me go!
Alright. Nothing town to fuck all borough.
Look, I am tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a shit?
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over.
Don't stop. Keep singing. Sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother, help me. There's a head attached to my neck, and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help! Someone! Cut my head off. It's trying to murder the rest of me.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. I'm locked in. Let's see, how do I get this? I feel like I just want to click. I feel like I'll just have an easier time. There we go. L on these controls. Okay, let's see. Empty cassette case. There used to be a tape in this case, but it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about the Athénée single, Smallest Church in Saint Signs, must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in 43. Dang. Someone fucked up that tape. Look at that. Alright, let's see here. Got some.
You hear a
Houses.
jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says,
Fish 'em
whirling
out.
in rags, on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Let's see, so these have a -1 to savoir-faire because they're tied around the thighs, but a +1 to electrochemistry because they are tied around the crotch. These golden brown trousers are flare cut. Normal bell-bottom trousers would be boot cut, but these are far from normal. They are someone's piss-soaked, cum-stained party pants. Everyone's got to have some party pants. We got a disco-ass blazer, giving us a +1 to esprit decor. Halogen watermarks on the sides. Looks like someone skinned this blazer off some long-extinct disco animal. It has an enigmatic white rectangle on the back and the right sleeve. Oh my god, here is the window broken?
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Let's look out.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
I guess let's use our low visual calculus of a 1 to assess the damage.
The shards face
We
outward.
did it!
Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Wait, what am I doing?
Something you've done before.
Assess the size of the impact.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Maybe it wasn't me?
You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it?
I don't need it. I don't need anyone.
The window agrees. Its cracked smile is cold and sparkly.
Let's rock it. Let's not get that shoe. Can I not get the shoe? I actually don't know if I can get away with not getting the shoe. If I can get away with not getting that shoe, I'll take this one. But I don't need that other shoe. Let's see. Green shoe, left foot. What do we got here? This green crocodile leather shoe has a high heel and chrome embellishments. It fits your left foot perfectly. Now all that remains is to find the other shoe. Oh dear.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
I no longer want this robe on my arms. That's always like the worst thing. Is to have something on and just be like, nope, I don't want that. What I do want is like kind of like a blanket for my shoulders. That's cool. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull on the fan.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Let's grab that tie. Let's see, we got a high chance of doing it.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Let's turn the light on.
A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact.
Yeah, my pain threshold. Let's go. Bring it on.
Little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost pleasurable.
You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. Liqueurs? Liqueurs. We've got a white satin shirt. Let's see what we got here. So our horrific necktie gives us a +1 to Inland Empire because of our vivid imagination. This necktie is adorned with a garish pattern. It's disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel as if it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You will betray it if you change it for some boring scarf. And we've got a white satin shirt. +1 to conceptualization. A real statement to wear, but a -1 to suggestion. Because you can't be suggestive when you have an unsavory odor. This white satin shirt used to be fancy. It used to really catch the light. Now it smells like someone took a piss in the armpits. Alright, we've checked all this.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. With all the synapses you've extinguished, it's a miracle you can even think this sentence. You've interrupted a true act of self-annulment here.
Let's wipe the mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Maybe I should touch it first. Make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
What? What's wrong?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
I'm sorry. Touch your nose.
Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay.
It's
Touch
not.
your tongue.
It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
I'm scared. I want to stop doing this.
Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone's going to see it.
All right, let's wipe the mirror now.
Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I'm not making it. The face is making it itself.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Okay, try to stop.
Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Is an expression of pain.
You are correct.
Let's dig deep. Oh shoot. Geez, 19? Wow. These are our legendary checks here. Let's dig deep into our minds to locate the source of the expression.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Oh, let's attempt to stop the expression from happening.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Let the mirror be for now. All right. All right. What else is around in here? Did we pretty much cover this room? Time to take our first steps. Baby's first steps out. Baby's day out. There's something on the table. Oh, my favorite jam. Calendar says it's March. The year is 51.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
Wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Chief executive officer, right?
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Okay, chief technical officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir.
Goddamn right I'm a policeman, and don't you forget it.
Okay, cool. I won't.
Oh god, both of these are really funny. Good. Now, how did you know I was a police officer?
First, I have to ask. Are you okay, sir? You look like you're about to throw up. Can I bring you something?
All of a sudden, she looks genuinely concerned.
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth. But you can keep it down because your body does not control you.
It's a small wonder I'm able to even formulate this very thought, but I'll be fine. How did you know I was a cop?
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, as you put it.
What kind of business?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
I don't really remember Why would anyone let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
I don't really remember being a cop or anything else for that matter.
I can see that.
Do you know? Good.
Is it? I can see that.
Do you know why?
Could it be because of the drinking?
Try the expression on her. Let her know that you want her physically. And we got a +1 here. For goddamn right, I'm a policeman.
The words have already left your mouth.
I want to have fuck with you.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again.
She erupts in laughter, all the fatigue swept from her face. I said I wanted to have sex with you.
No, you see, that's not what you said. You said...
But she's unable to finish, consumed with laughter.
Come on, man. Pretty, please. One more time.
I said I want to have fuck with you.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
She wipes the tears from her eyes. Oh, which one are we gonna go with? Cop of the Apocalypse. I did Superstar Cop, so I'm gonna avoid that one. Sorry Cop would be pretty funny though. I'm sorry Cop. Or just cop with imposter syndrome. I'm not sure I'm a cop at all. I sure don't remember being one. I think I may have lied.
Okay, sir. I have to ask. Do you really not remember? Just like that? You drank so much you lost your memory?
She tries to think of a likelier explanation, but fails. I don't think there's any more to it. I'm a joke of a cop, or I joked about being one. I drank too much. I'm also old.
I'm sorry.
She extinguishes her cigarette.
It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking.
The door is closed.
Let's knock.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me.
The door is mute and indifferent. Your despair is a joke to it.
Knock again.
Still no answer.
Knock again. Try the handle.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. As you hold the metal, you sense the warmth left there by her hand.
Knock again, much harder.
Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
Fucking whore.
That felt good. Everyone is a whore. Now punch a hole in the door.
Punch the door.
You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame, and your fist hurts. This was all a very good, normal thing to do. Not to mention, great exercise.
Leave. Unhinged. Okay, that is Mike from Breaking Bad, I'm telling you. It's all I see. It's him. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. And so can I go down without my shoe? Wait, will it let me? It'll let me? For some reason I had this thought that you couldn't go down here without your shoe. And I am deciding to have one shoe. Wait, did I get it? Did I go get the shoe? Okay, good. Wait, Yeah, okay. Is my phone ringing? Hang on. Actually, don't know where my phone is. I think someone is calling me. Give me a second. We get to jam to one of my favorite jams. While I find my phone. What did I do with it? Oh well. Okay. Bummer. Big old karaoke mic, just waiting for someone to sing into it. This is where the lyrics would be. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover.
Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard. Through a PA system, by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself.
What should I sing when it comes to it?
You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
I was thinking maybe I could sing something happy, get the crowd going.
No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Finished thought? So our first task, sing karaoke. You need to find a sufficiently tragic tape, then play it on a boombox to memorize the lyrics. Then ask the cafeteria manager to perform, preferably in the evening, more people at the bar then. First though, we gotta get it on tape, but that tape's destroyed. Wonder how we'll pull this one off. Summer door closed for winter. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. And we've got some... Who's this? Nosafed? So that will heal our health. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. Wait, the soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. Alright, and then... Alright, this side of the room then. All we gotta do is meet one of my faves. I love him. This was me when I worked at the Aloft.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Something tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
He says without looking up. So, not only am I a cop, but I'm also a hero?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
What did I do?
What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
Oh my god, I did all those things?
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
Well, what have I been doing then? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
He looks down again and keeps plucking at the bird. Let's look at the stuffed bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs, one of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Can I help you with that?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
I'm a cop and I talk to whomever I please.
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where'd this Sylvie go?
She just, you know. No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
You look like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
Understood. A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquid is spilling out. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Let's pick up those pills.
The man does not mind. You probably need them
Magnesium.
more than he does.
For our morale.
You've just picked up some magnesium.
Oh,
This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
okay, goodbye. All right.
The worker, isn't it? Perhaps he's
Try to
on his
wake
way
him
to where
up.
you just came from, into the primordial darkness.
There we go. Let's wake him up.
There is only one way to awake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
No words, just a primordial scream.
Why the yelling, man?
30-something man slowly lifts his head and gives you a pensive look. You're alive? You looked out for the long count there.
Wait, what? I was just sleeping.
He
What do
seems
you want, officer?
pissed off. Let's see. See anything interesting in your dreams?
Thank God, no.
Tell me, was it a bliss free of X somethings?
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No X anything. Just quality time.
A little me time in the abyssal pelagic zone. You can never return to it now. Only detective work remains. Wakefulness and detection. Fuck sleep. Despite the headache and the queasiness, you feel like you've got at least a 10-kilometer run in you.
Tell me about Wild Pines. Point to the writing on his overalls.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's that going?
How's it going?
The dock worker lets out a big yawn, then stares at the cafeteria's terrace doors. Some fingerprints glisten on the glass.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
Of course, it's a total madhouse. Oh, I've almost never been outside of this building.
Good. We're in the middle of a strike down at the harbour, trying to force some sense into the executive board of Wild Pines.
Good. He doesn't dwell on the particulars of your existence.
For one, I get you some more shut-eye in the mornings. Right to work, right to sleep, I say.
He rubs his eyes and sighs. Why are you sleeping here while the others are out striking?
They got it. Majorette's got it. He's guarding the gate. I just getting some sleep. Or was.
The way he says Measurehead implies ultimate trust in this head reckoner's physical prowess. He seems like a worthy rival. You should slay him.
Who's behind organizing the strike?
We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us.
You mean there's no leader?
Okay. I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart. Knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
Yours? Point at the bottle and the spilt rum.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal.
All right, I'll let you sleep.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet
That
sleep.
reminds me of falling asleep before class and during school. Oh, I miss that. That was like the best feeling. You get woken up for like a second and you just get to just go back to sleep. That was always the best. I feel like I've had to just like get up for like a while now. A sign reads Mess Hall reserved for union members. Doors open 1600. This royal pinball machine is unplugged.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods toward the man in the orange bomber jacket. All right. There's no way you haven't heard of the man, the myth, the legend. Here he is. Sure, yeah, there's nothing. What is this?
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Pretty long. It's drink o'clock.
Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself.
Now that you mention it, I do need a rum and lemonade. I'd love for Gart to serve me up a beverage.
Forget about the bar. Or don't forget about it. You should totally try to get a drink there too. But first, you should lick that stain off the counter. Yeah, man. Let's get wild. Lick it.
Lick it, but only a little.
You lick it, but only a little. Only with the tip of your tongue, because you're a pleasure delayer. After 2 or 3 licks, the crust begins to melt and a sweetness breaks loose. The sharp, titillating scent of alcohol rises to your nostrils. It's dizzying. You could definitely go for some more.
So we gotta find some booze and drink it. The hangover feels really bad. You have to take the edge off. Find a bottle of alcohol, put it in your hand, and the magic will happen by its own.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't.
speckled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Shake his... Wait, hold on. Who is he to me?
He is your half-brother.
Shake his hand.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm.
You realize he is waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Let's invent a name for ourselves. Let's go.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
It is not yet time.
Okay, then.
He processes the information, then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
You mean him? Nod towards the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
He taps his foot, more out of habit than impatience. What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
He gestures with his fingers. I have, yes.
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
Look, man, you know, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
Completely.
Completely. Does that mean you took the body down from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
Don't worry about the body. I'll rip it down.
After it's been up in a tree for that long, any kind of ripping is inadvisable.
What if I told you I'm not really a police officer?
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will. But first, we have to take it down.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
He points to your jacket.
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General?
Internal Affairs. And I'm not them. I'm from Criminal Investigation.
You said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean?
Yes.
But they're just white rectangles.
They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
But shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
I have my badge. I'm a policeman and I have my badge.
Oh, if you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand.
But I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
A painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that, so cigarettes will have to do.
What were we supposed to do again?
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Let's go.
After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
You need to report your missing badge to the 41st Precinct as soon as possible. The lieutenant said you can use the radio in his motor car to call your station. We need to interview Gart. The cafeteria manager of the Whirling in Rags might know something about the murder that happened in the yard. Ask him about it. And then we need to inspect the victim's body. Inspect the body hanging in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags. This is a preliminary inspection. You just need to suppress the urge to throw up and approach it. Alrighty.
Hello, sweetie.
The elderly woman turns to you with a smile.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Does that mean you... Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe I am.
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
She smiles conspiratorially. I don't know. Wink. Maybe I have.
You rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married besides.
She grins up at you.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
Her eyes light up. I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
She sounds impressed.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
She turns to you. Why? 3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down.
She looks out the window wistfully.
Perhaps another time.
She turns back to you with a hopeful glint in her eyes. You seem to be in a chair.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
What is a paraplegic?
It means I can't use my legs. I was in an accident some years back, injured in the line of duty, as they say.
Were you a rugby player?
Oh no, far from it. Although, I did come out to watch the boys play when I was in school. Oh, those tan calves.
Her eyes glimmer mischievously. Well, what'd you do then?
I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays.
She runs her hands over the chrome wheels of her chair. Could I become a paraplegic?
I hope not. Although the work you are doing for all of us is quite dangerous.
Her eyes glimmer with admiration as she looks up at you.
Towering over her in your insignia, you make her feel safe.
Maybe it wouldn't be so bad, hanging out in a chair, playing pinball.
Actually, this machine is broken.
She taps on the greasy glass of the pinball machine. I'm sorry, it was rude of me to mention the wheelchair. Let's move on.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
It takes a moment to process. I don't really know. Some seedy hotel?
A seaside hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise. And the Whirling itself is in Revachol.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
Her gray eyes widen.
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am.
There. The year is 51, and spring has only just started. I'm sure there are better days ahead.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind, we're in this now. Outside, the melting snow seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first May bells blossom. You can feel it, a great cold. Then the shiver passes.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners, and women.
Oh no, nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no matriarchy.
She's trying to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman. She may be lying to you.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation, There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
So, how did I do?
You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
What is the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
What does that have to do with there not being any cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better. A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this
But I'm
archipelago
a
tried
cop.
to
Whatever
build
it was
something
hasn't
new,
stopped
something-
me.
Of course, sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
He looks away.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
I've got to get going now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
She gives you a small wave. All right. I am going to stop for today here. So this is a pretty short stream compared to my usual, just because I think I'm gonna try doing like briefer streams. I'm gonna still do like big 4-hour streams every once in a while, but I think I'll probably stream more often if I can just get an hour or an hour and a half, 2 hours in here and there. So this is the first episode of Disco Elysium, the final cut, and this is a fantastic game. I super recommend it. I don't know if I recommend buying it from the current company that owns it, because it's a whole mess. I'm sure there are some great people at that company. The employees are in a bad situation, but unfortunately, it seems the shareholders of the company decided to fire all the creative leads that made this game what it is, that made it special. And the reason they did it is because they wanted to take this game's base as kind of like the pilot for Disco Elysium as like a larger franchise. And they wanted to spend a long time, like 6 years, using the expanded development resources that they were going to have as a result of this game's success to make a big, epic, grandiose, huge RPG. They wanted to basically make the Baldur's Gate 2 of this style of RPG that they've pioneered with this first game. That now we see all these games are starting to come out that are cribbing little things here and there from this, that this game kind of came up with first. Not that this game isn't also cribbing from things. Like, of course, this is very much like Planescape Torment and stuff like that. But the point is, we were going to get one of the greatest RPGs ever. All they needed to do was give the creative leads just a little bit of time to recharge. That's what the Final Cut thing should have been. And then they should have just stepped back and let them work. I mean, this game has been incredibly successful. It was going to continue being successful. It still is probably continuing to be successful. They're making money off of it. So there's no reason for them to do what they did. And unfortunately, they did it because I'm pretty sure what their goal was they thought instead of having to wait like 6 to 8 years for them to really be cooking on this big game, let's just fire them and we can get another team together and we can just kind of put something out that'll be smaller in scale. It'll be about the same size, probably, I would assume. This is still like 30 to 50. I feel like I played it for like 50 to 60 hours, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this is just another one of those things where it's like, great, the money men came in and they think they know what's actually best, and it's like, damn, you're holding something that's actually like art for the medium and you're fucking pissing it away. Anyways, yeah, that's my passionate rant about this. If you like this game, you should check it out. If you really want to buy it, you should go ahead and buy it. Just know that those people, there's kind of some stuff going on right now where some people are being rewarded. I like I said, nothing against the people who work at Zom, who are just employees. They're trying to make games. Specifically, I'm upset about the CEOs and the shareholders. It seems like that has just been a big, horrible mess, and it's doing a great disservice to one of the most interesting games of the past decade. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Anyways, I am Okomot, and thank you for tuning in. You can see right over here, all of my stuff's here. There's my Bandcamp. There's an album I released last year that's pretty good there. Working on some new music. You'll hear some of that. I'm not gonna say soon. It's cooking, but stuff's starting to happen in that direction. It's PayPal. You can always just send me a couple bucks if you really like what you're seeing here. I always just love having some money. Like, I'm never gonna say no to that. There is the Twitch right here. That's I'm streaming live on that right now, but if you're watching the archive, that's where you can catch me live. There is my Twitter. I guess X. I guess I gotta update this. It's been that long. Christ, this predates Elon Musk totally just shitting on Twitter and ruining it. And then finally, yeah, the YouTube where I post all this stuff at Okomot. Very simple. Just like the Twitch. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time. Okomot out.